All right, we are back. Unfortunately, we are not able to stream to our So Steady Facebook page today. Facebook hasn't been liking me lately, so I'm gonna have to try to trick it again for next week, but hopefully we'll be able to be back on Facebook again next week soon. We are streaming to our YouTube page and our Wesley by Me, which that's where one of you is if you found us. So we'd like to just dive right in since we've already taken a few extra minutes to figure this thing out. So I will have you head over to, looks like the marking station. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right, there you are.
All right, today we're going to start off with block number 15 called Forest Starwort. And the bottom line is we're going to just be using T1 and T2. We're going to be going around, but all we're going to be doing, I don't know if I'm on the screen or not, all we're going to be doing is going around and doing these little kind of daisy looking things. So we're just doing a partial all the way around. We're going to be flipping it back and forth. Okay, here's the one that I did previously. So this is the end result. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be marking with my 24-point crosshair square and 24 reference lines. So here we go. We've been having beautiful weather right now in the Pacific Northwest, but along with that comes a lot of pollen. So I apologize in advance if I sneeze or need to clear my throat because 'tis the season. All right, so there's our 24 points. I'm going to find my center, kind of. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the sewing machine. And since I didn't check the angle on this ahead of time, so we might want to.
It's not awful. I thought we could kind of see how it goes today. It's a little bit off to the side, obviously, but I think you get a lot of view on it, that's for sure. We'll see how that goes.
Okay. Let me get my. I decided to try and find the center from the back this time because I'm just throwing chalk every which way otherwise. All right, so let's take a moment and take a look at the instructions. And it has us starting with our T1, and we're going to start on the smallest little clamshell and go around. And we're not going to be making our circle as we normally do. So let's go ahead and get us put right here. And she is having us line up on the one that is just to the left of center. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our foot down, needle up, bring up our bobbin thread. Here we go. Oh, no, maybe I didn't do that. Let's try it again. What's going on here? Okay. Let's make sure I have bobbin thread in here. Yeah, I do. Okay, one more time here. There we go. All right. excess there. And put that down. Okay, so let me put the needle down. Now I'm going to turn it this way. And what we're going to do is we're going to go, let me think about this. Yeah, so she has the starting here, and sorry guys, I have to look at this. We're starting at the top and going down. Okay, so we're going to go like this. Oh, I'm a little slow here. I took this in to get fixed because last time it wasn't behaving very well. So this is the first time sewing on it since it's been fixed. Now we're going to do the flip, and now we're going to come down. Okay, then we're going to flip it again. So that's what this whole block is about. We're going to be flipping it around today. So let's get on that lined up there. So now we're going to come up, stop on your reference line, flip it down. Okay. We're going to flip it up. And flip it down. Okay, let's get on the reference line. Oh, yeah, now I've got something going on with the thread here. Give me just a second. Here, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, let's get that there. Get that there. Put that. Nope, it didn't do it. Nope. Okay. Sorry, guys. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. I'd have to get a... We get spoiled with having these, oops, there. Come on, there we go. All right. So where were we? We were right there. Okay. So let's put the needle down. Needle down. There we go. All right. So now we're going to flip it. Bring it back over here. Go down. Sorry. Now we're going to go ahead and go up. And then we're going to go down. Huh. Yeah, this is not behaving very well right now. Sorry about that. Like I said, I just got it back from the place. So let's see what's going on. This is all fine.
Okay. So we're off to a great start today.
Actually not.
Between not being able to stream onto Facebook, to the machine not working, I feel like that's something. It's like maybe it's telling us something, like, don't do this today.
Well, and it's weird because this thread, which, you know what? Let me just change the needle.
We're going to change the needle. This is always good to have happen. Everybody needs to experience.
Well,
we do this too.
This is real life.
Mm-hmm.
Stays, somehow I don't have a screwdriver over here.
Okay.
So could we, it's going to be in that table over there.
Well, while you're doing that, I was thinking that maybe I would take
out
to that.
I don't have the right needle in here. I took it and they changed the needle on me.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
See, that is another testament to, if you're using a Janome machine, the purple tip needles are very important.
They are. And clearly you saw the difference. I mean, this thing wouldn't even really make it all the way around one without shredding the thread.
Yeah.
So, get my foot up. There we go. Sorry, that's the one thing I did not check before we got going here. Okay, let's try this needle threader one more time. It normally works for me. Nope, not today. Not today.
Okay. So while you're working on that, I was just going to remind everyone we do have this amazing Mother's Day package still available. It's available for just another week or so. And that includes the wish table. You get the Tecoma set. So if you haven't purchased that yet, this is your chance. You get the Ranges book. And we'll do 3 fabric sandwiches for you with this package. So if you're loving this series, even with all of our little oops moments, then this is your chance to take advantage of that. So again, that's the Tecoma Template Set, the Ranges book, the fabric, and the Wish Sew Steady table. Now it looks like you're ready to start sewing.
Yeah, I'm just going to get it right back in where I came out of the last time. All right, so there we go. Now we're going to go ahead and flip it. This really goes much faster normally, but you know. I'll have to do some cleaning up on this block. The little ones are the most tedious because they're the smallest little circles. Okay, so hooray, we made it one time around now. So now I'm going to cut thread here, and we're going to go to our T2, and we're going to be offsetting our little bumps here. So let's go ahead and do this, and we're going to start, let's see here, we're going to be, if I start here, I'm going to start here because I'm going to go up over here. Okay, so let's put my needle down. There we go. Get that out of the way there.
Oh, your hand is very much in the way.
What is in the way?
The hand.
Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to swap and come down. That is not what it's supposed to look like here. How? So on here, we're coming down. Yeah. Oh, I think it's just, oh, I know what I'm doing. Okay. We're going to start over.
Like with a whole new piece of fabric?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah. Because this isn't supposed to be pointy. This is supposed to be round. And I'm looking at this going, ah. So rather than be starting in the crotch and going up, we're going to go down and make that circular. Okay. So let me just do my 24 point crosshair square real fast. That's the problem with doing these ahead of time.
Oh, let me move that camera. Okay. We want to watch you and do all your workings. Again, you're using that ultimate crosshair ruler with the 24 lines.
Right. Okay. Here we go again, folks. So sorry. But I don't want to do it wrong.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and get our center again. Oops, nope, that's not it. So close.
Getting into the center.
Uh-huh.
Which probably is really, really important to get pretty exact on this one, huh?
Yeah.
Every time. What happened?
You know, one of those days.
Uh-oh. The pen's not going through.
Yeah. Well, it's just that I had it in and then it fell out.
Oh, no. You know, I've been thinking maybe we should start doing some pin keepers or some pin moors.
There we go. Okay. So let's try this one more time, folks. All right. So she had us starting here. So what this means is that we're trying to make this rounded. And in order to do that, I think I have to come up, I have to start here. Let's put this down. And we're going to come up like this. Yes. Now see the difference? So it's all in where you start. So I started before in that niche at the bottom, and I got this pointy thing.
Oh, show them on the screen. So you can't see that. You can't see the pointy thing at all.
Okay.
Move it to the left more. Yeah.
Okay, see how I got the pointy thing? That's actually opposite. See, I wanted that on the top. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and flip this over and bring this here. And now we're just going to come down to here. Okay. Now we're going the right way. So now I'm going to go back up here. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Yes, you are. What?
Just how much work that little inside section is.
Oh, God. So much easier when you get to the now here. Okay, I'm gonna go up. You really, sometimes you can't daydream on this stuff because she's got you actively changing pieces and going every which way. The outcome is good, but you got to be mentally with it. Not that I'm not.
Well, as many of you are finding us just now, we had major problems with Facebook today, and they wouldn't let us stream. So you're now finding us on YouTube or Westerly by me. Someone suggested or asked if we ever sharpen or replace pens. Oh, like our thumbtacks maybe? Surely they must be blunt after a bit of usage. Yeah, I would probably agree to that.
Well, if you take a look in my drawer, I've got tons of them because they come with every template.
Yeah.
So if they get dull, I just toss them.
Well, and they're just a basic push pen, thumbtack that you can get at like a Home Depot. So it's easy to replace, but yeah, I would say that you would probably definitely want to replace or sharpen your thumbtacks every now and then so you don't have the experience of not being able to get through the fabric sandwich. Somebody else asked or suggested, which I kind of loved, they said, third time's a charm. I need a checklist engraved on my machine. Clean, needle, bobbin, thread.
No kidding. Well, normally I'm already set up. I've got it tried and true, but like I said, I took it to the doctor because it wasn't behaving after last time. And I made the mistake of not double checking all those things before we started here. But if you were watching earlier, it did demonstrate how important the proper needle is in your machine. I happen to be working on the Janome M7, and for ruler work, you have to use the purple tip pins. Well, sure enough, the guy that did the work on it changed out my needle, and it wasn't a purple tip. And I started immediately shredding thread. So that's a lesson in what you don't want to do. It just was very public. Now look how much better this is looking this time. And that's a completely different look from the first time when we were starting at the bottom and going up, which was creating for that little like peak. This is like a gentle petal. Okay. Feels like my foot is. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that's the first time around. Let's go ahead, bring that up. No extra thread in this one. That's good. Okay, now we're going to go to our T2, and we're going to go around and do exactly the same thing, only, and this time, let's take a look at the instructions, because I think on this one, oh, yeah, we're going to offset. So when I would have started there, now we're going to start here on this one. And I am starting here. Let me think about that. Let's have it go the other way. This way. And I am going to start here. On that. No. See, I'm talking to myself here. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to work down. And this is going to go down, and I'm going to have a peak right there. Yeah, so this is where I want to start. Okay. I bring up my thread. There we go. And needle down. Okay, now we're back. No. Sorry. We're going to stop for a minute. I'm starting to do the same thing that I did the first time. We're not going to do that. Just bring that up. Get that out of there. Okay. Okay. All right, come back here, and we're going to start here on this one. There we go. Get that lined up. Okay. Foot down, needle up. Okay. Now we're going to flip it. Okay. Now we're going to go up. So every time I'm getting my ruler on the reference point, and I'm also getting the stopping the needle on the reference line. Why does that? Oh, that's because the foot's loose too. My gosh. Okay. There we go. Okay, here we go. I was just thinking about how to remember which way to go. And so if you're facing, if you have the template in front of you, you want to come up at you to make the petals, and you want to go down away from you to make the spiky little hats. Is probably the way that I would remember that.
The design is looking very pretty.
It's well worth the time because the design is really nice. It's just remembering how to do it. That's the problem. Okay, so there's row 2. Let's go ahead and cut that and cut this, and now we're going to go back to T1, and we're going to do it all over again. Let's just get all these kind of in corral here. These are the ones I'm going to have to bury. All right, let's put this on here. And now I'm going to want to start right here. Okay. My lines have gotten very faint again. Where's that? There it is. Okay. Right there. Okay, so now we're going to come up. So every time we're coming back and we're touching down on our last stitch line is what we're doing.
Someone says it reminds them of a dahlia.
Yeah.
I love dahlias.
I do too. In fact, they're probably my favorite flower. They just give and give. I tell you, this is, looks like I might have some more thread problems here, folks, but let's just, no. Yeah. What is going on? Okay. All right, what's going on here? I know I have plenty of bobbin thread, so this, more problem, Stace.
Uh-oh.
Just not our day. What is going on here? All right.
Bobbin's not happy.
It was going along just great, and then
You had a water spillage. I'll go get a towel.
okay. All right, let's try it again. Just gonna cut this out of here. And I'll start over there. Okay.
And that's how we fix it, folks.
Over and over.
Oh. What's it saying now?
It says rethread. Okay. Let's see here. I'm almost ready to move to the other machine. All right, let's get this where we need to be. There we go. Okay. This might be taking another visit back to the doctor. I don't think they found everything. Okay, there we go.
So someone said she found that her Janome doesn't like quarter-filled bottoms.
Mine either. That's very interesting because I brought that up to the repair guy and he looked at me like I was crazy. But it starts acting up with when it's about a quarter of the way to the end. Very interesting. I really love this machine. This is the first time I've really had problems with it, so. It does like me to clean it, and I'm not all that versed in it, so I'm always a little worried I've done something to it. But, you know, that's what happens when they have you do it. Okay, we've made it around the third time. We're just going to keep going around, guys. Just going around. All right, let's go ahead. And once again, if I wasn't using such contrasting thread, I could double back and pick up this template in the next position. But because I am using this contrasting thread, I choose not to double up because it will show. All right, oops, there we go. Okay, bring up that. Okay, let's go ahead and put that there. All right, so now we're going to the next round here. There we go. It does go faster as you get to the outer ones because you just have more distance that you're traveling. So if I was going to double back to pick this up, I would come back up to the center of that, and then you could place your ruler in place and just continue on without breaking thread. But because I've got the contrasting thread, I don't want to do that. Hey, Stace, could you get my rings that are in the candle on the island?
Sure.
I made hamburgers last night and didn't want the meat.
Did you have a naked feeling?
I did. I looked down, I go, where's my rings? Then I thought, oh, I know where they are. Thank you, honey.
Mm-hmm.
At first, it's that sinking feeling like, what'd they do with them?
Yeah.
A lot of distractions. There. Okay. And let's keep going. Let me check. Yeah, see, it's still doing that on the back side. I take it back in. I don't think he's got it fixed. And let's check this bobbin while we've got a moment here. It's still pretty full, so it shouldn't be. That should not be the problem.
All right. So what's next on this design?
We're just going to keep going round and round. There we go. Okay, so that one I think was my T2, T1, T2, T1, T1, T2, T1, T2. So now we're back to T1. Okay, so now let's come here and get all these where we want them. Okay, so now we're going to start right here. Whoops. Move that as I put my needle down. Right there. And my Here we go again. I don't know what the deal is.
Must be the design.
I don't think so. I think it's the machine.
Should we switch over to the other one?
Well, I'm in the middle of something over there. I do have the other M7 here.
That might be a lot to try to switch out right now.
It's a lot to keep breaking thread and
where is it?
Not having success. So I don't know. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Where is the other one?
It's in the bedroom closet in the front room. All right, we're almost done here, guys. So close. All right, here we go. No. Nope. Yeah, look at what it's doing here. That is not good.
Holy moly.
Yeah, they did not.
This looks like it's missing some stuff. Like
they did not fix
cover
this. It
the
doesn't.
bobbin case?
Yeah, that would be missing it. Yeah, this has to go back in. It's not fixed. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. But we're going to need to swap this out because this is not okay.
All right, so here's what I want you to do. Keep the table there.
Yeah, let me get this up.
And then we'll use the same cord.
Yep, I know the drill, honey.
I need to use this. And you want me to just take your bobbin thread? This is okay. There we're coming in. These are the really heavy ones. Thanks for watching this process. Okay, so I didn't get that threaded all the way.
All right.
And then you want to plug that in. Yeah. All right. What is that called? A costume change?
Yeah, probably not quite as gracious as Broadway.
I don't think we did it as clean.
No.
Okay, well. It's probably my first costume change on a live.
Never to do another one again.
Let's see.
Oh. Yep, see, that works.
Yeah, we're having an intermission moment, everyone.
All right. Now, you don't.
Yeah, I just tossed it in there.
Okay, and we're going to get a full one because we just said we don't like partials. So we're going to get a full one going here.
Okay.
And with this one, you have to go under that. Nope, right there.
All right. we still working on that design?
Yep. And the pin is out. So
got another one.
Here.
She mentioned that she has a few pens. Look at all those. I don't know if you can see them. That's the pin selection right here. All right.
Well, this one is not going to make it to the...
Not going to be a part of the final quilt?
No. I'll probably have to redo this block, but that's okay. All right, so we were using T1, and I was right here. You know what? Let's just cut off all of this because this isn't going to be the final block, and maybe we can actually see what we're doing here. Okay. Now let's go ahead and put this on here. And put that down. And let's go ahead and go finish this one.
All right. Costume change done.
I have to set this up for later work. All right. This isn't a very good testament for this machine, but I tell you, it's been rock solid. Whatever's wrong with it. They do have a new guy at my shop. My other guy retired, so I have a feeling he's not quite as knowledgeable in some of this stuff. Okay, guys. I think for the purposes of how long this has taken for this one, we're done.
Move it to the right a little bit more. Show them that lovely back, would you?
Oh, yeah. Okay, this is why we were struggling today. The machine, the old machine is not behaving, okay? So we'll go back to the drawing board and try to figure that out. But I'm sorry that you had to go through that painful process with us. All right, shall we go on to the next block?
I think so.
All right, so let's go ahead. This is what this block is ultimately going to look like.
Oh, let me move it back over to that camera.
As I showed you before, this is with it being cut out.
Okay, cool.
So it is a nice design. Okay, so now let's go ahead and move on to block number 16, which is called Gum Nuts. And on this particular block, they want us to make 48, mark 48 reference lines. So I'm going to have to get out some colors that I don't normally like to use to do that. So let's go ahead and get started here. Stace, could you look for either pink or blue over here. I think it's in the top, second row down.
You looking for a marking?
Chalk.
Oh, there's pink.
Okay. Thank you. Could you shake that and get it moving?
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, it's moving.
Okay. All right, so now we're going to do the other 24. So I'm going to get that right in that center, and then I'm just going to twist this so that I'm in between all of these. Check on all sides. Okay, I like that pretty well. So let's go ahead and see if we can. Yeah, this hasn't been used before, so. Let's see, where's that other one? There we go. Okay. Go back over the first few because the chalk really wasn't running at that point. Okay, so there we are. So now let's go ahead and go back over here. Let me get my pen in there while I'm here. Okay.
Let me move the camera for you. Are you able to get it in?
No.
With another pen? Ah, there it goes. All right. Here we go. Moving on over.
All right.
Yeah, that is a bunch of lines. Holy moly.
Yes, it is. So, and this one, it starts pretty simple. So we're going to just start round one. We're making circles on all four corners, okay? But round two has you making circles on north, south, east, west. So rather than do round one and round two, I'm going to make circles all the way around to start with, okay? I just didn't find that to be very helpful that I had to go back and do it all over again the second time. So here we go. And we are going to start, this one does have us do the center circle. So that's where we're going to start. We'll put our needle down, needle up. Oh, here it is. It came undone again. So let's get that out of there. And this is down. Okay. There we go. Cut it too short, I guess. All right, so come back here, needle down, needle up, and bring up our bobbin thread. All right. I'm always pressing against that so that I come out accurate every time. So I'm pressing into the center. All right, so now we know that we want the half circle to end on the reference line that's going to the corner. So we're going to start with our reference line on that one, and we're going to just go like this. All right, now we're going to turn this around, and we're going to come back over here, and we're going to kind of walk up here, because remember, we're going to be trimming this. And now we're going to put our reference line there, and we're going to come back and finish the circles. Sorry, I'm moving my book with my fabric. That's not good. There we go. And I'm only just going to touch the stitch line. I'm not going to go deep into there. When I get to where the circle is. Okay, so now I want to go, and this is the line that I'm going to make my next circle on. So I'm just going to travel down here and do my circle. Okay, now I'm going to just travel down here. Now I'm going to flip this over. Whoops, got that in the cord there. And we're going to keep going forward. Okay, even a little bit more. A little bit more. Right there. Okay. Okay, so now I know that I want to come down here on the one that's on the corner. I'm going to put my template on that reference line. All right, now we're going to put this over here, going the opposite direction. We're going to walk this down and around. I think it's going to have to come down a ways here. Okay, so let's get that on that reference line, which is right there. I just dropped the book with the instructions. So let's put that right there. Okay, so now let's come, I'm on the reference line. Yes, okay, here we go. Okay, so now I'm going to want to come down over here, and I want to go on this line right here. I'm going to line up the reference line. Okay, we're going to walk it down. Put it back on here. And I am on the reference line. Okay, now we're going to do the corner. And we want that on that reference line that's going to the corner. Okay, so now we're going to block this and make the corner here. I don't need to do it more, but let's check it. Okay, oh, right there, perfect. Okay, so now here we go. Okay, now we're going to come here and we want to be on this line right here. Got so much chalk I can barely see my reference lines. Okay, we're going to walk it down. Put that back on here. Get it on my reference line. A little bit further. There we go. I love it when the machine acts right. Look how much more pleasant this is. Okay, so now we're going to come over to this one right here. There we are. There we go. Okay, and lock it down. Let's try there. Okay, and I've got it there. All right. Here we go. And I'm going to go up to this one right here. You get the reference line there. Go around the circle. Lock it down. Just a little bit further. There we go. Okay. All right. So now we've done steps 1 and 2, which would have had us making those 4 corners. Now we're going to take our T2, and in all of those circles that we just made, we're going to be going not to make a circle, but we're going to be making these pointy arrows inside of each circle. So let me show you how we're going to do that. So let's go ahead and start with where we're at right now. We are, because it is the T2, we are going to have to go up on the where we just sewed the circle, just enough so we can get the, there we go. So now we want, I think we want this on the pink. I think that's why we have the pink lines.
I love those bubbles.
I know, they're kind of fun, huh? So yeah, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sewing right on this center line right here. So we actually want to be on the white line that's going just outside of where we have previously sewn. So we're going to come right here, because see, that's 1/4 of an inch. So then we're going to have our design on our white line, or that's that center reference line. Okay, so let's turn this around here so we can see. And then we're going to put this way. And we want to be on that reference line right there, which is just outside, or right on this, the stitch line of the circles, if you will. So we're going to come down here. All right, so now we're going to go back to the circle. You're going to go where you stitched before to the center circle. Now you can either free arm it and go down here, because we're going to do exactly the same thing that we did right there. We're going to get on that reference line. So I'm just going to follow the stitch line that I did. And this takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of nerve, but if you just go really slow, I haven't found to have any problems. Now, once again, I'm going to stitch around that circle till I get to about there. Now I can put this on the reference line that I want, because remember, I want the top of my stitch to be on that center reference line down there. So now we're going to go ahead and proceed on. And on this one, what I didn't say before, because I was concentrating on other things, is stop your stitching when you hit your stitch line on the circle. Okay? So right there, now I'm going to come around here, and I should be right in place. Let's see if I am. Yes, I am. So I'm making that arrow, if you will, right there. So I'm going to stop right when I get to the stitch line, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, now I'm going to follow my circle to that inner circle. Now we're going to come down to this next one. And I'm going to get mine in place. So I'm just going to follow the stitch line around that circle, or I could put T1 on and follow that stitch line there. Okay, now I'm going to go halfway up this tiny little circle so that I can get T1 in place, or T2 in place, which is going to be right there. Okay, so here we go. Is that right? Where's my chalk lines are getting hard to see again. Okay, so here we go. All right, now we're just going to take this, put it over here, get it around where I can see it, and we're going to put that right there. So we're going to travel over here. All right, we're going to follow that circle back to the center. There we go. Now I'm just going to move this around, get it on my reference line, which should be right there. Follow that circle down to here. Okay, now just halfway up this little circle. Now get me back in place. All right, now let's get this back over here. Turn this around. Get my thing where it should be. Okay, we're going to come up here. Let's see what I did here. Okay. Oh, I came undone again. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's the end user. Nope, that didn't do it that time. All right, we'll just do it. Oh, it wasn't in there. That's why. Okay. There we go. Loosen that up. Get that there. Okay. So now let's come back where we're going to come back to right here. Where's my bobbin thread? Let's bring that up. There it is. Okay. Come back over here and get going again.
Okay, we're back live. Sorry, everyone. We got kicked out, but we are back and we are live, and the camera needs to be adjusted. Okay. Here we go.
All right, so we're back to going down along the center circle, coming here. We're going to go around this tiny little. I absolutely can't believe today. Okay, we have now broke the needle. I'm not sure there's anything else that could happen today. But let's go ahead and you know what, folks? I think we'll see you next week.
Are we done?
Yep, I think so.
Okay.
I'll come back and we'll finish this next week, but now we have a broken needle. We have a lot of things here.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to call it quits with this one, guys. It has definitely been a day, and we're looking forward to next week being a little bit more smooth. So wish us luck, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Yeah, when it rains, it pours. So we'll look forward to seeing everybody next week. Thank you.